waist and then I got a particular taste. I just stuff my pockets in my face. Hey, let's have a debate. We talking about popping, I promise don't feel in the way. I took the bodies up out of my closet.
What's up, guys? This your boy Mr. I240. I'm back with another video. Hey, I had to come with the heat again. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get these bangers out and stuff like that. Most important before I get started, I gotta thank the Lord Jesus Christ, the man y'all call Yahweh. Y'all thank Yahweh, the man y'all call Jesus Christ. If it want for him, it won't be no me, it won't be no Page, it won't be no y'all. You know what I'm saying? Go check out that Brian Pillman junk. That junk just dropped. It's a banger, you know what I'm saying? It's getting good response. That Kamala junk still doing well. He's at 242 views. They get them jumps up to 1,000, you know what I'm saying? I just want to say I thank y'all. I appreciate y'all. I just want to give y'all dope content. I had to come y'all with another content, you know what I'm saying? And that's my main man, Adrian Adonis, the flamboyant one. You know what I'm saying? But if you're new to the page, comment, subscribe, hit that notification button. We're trying to get to the roll of 800 subscribers, which would be teacher versus student, which be Ric Flair versus Sting. You know what I'm saying? And so with that being said, shoot, let's get straight into it, y'all. So today's episode is about Adrian Adonis. His real name is Keith Adonis Frankie. You know what I'm saying? He was just best known for Adrian Adonis. You know what I'm saying? But Adonis had debuted in 1974 under his real name until he adopted Adrian Adonis in the late 1970s. He was later known for American Wrestling Association, forming a tag team with Jesse Ventura called the East-West Connection, winning the AWA Tag Team Championships. They debuted in the Wrestling Federation in 1981. After this, Adonis began training with Dick Murdoch as the North-South Connection and winning the WWF Championship. But in the mid-late 80s, he underwent a new gimmick, the flamboyant one. Like an episode right about, I call him the Elton John of wrestling at the time, because you know Elton John was flamboyant. You know Elton John is on the other side. I ain't saying he was, but Elton John was on the other side with bright colors and colorful stuff and style. You know what I'm saying? Where he they emasculate my boy. To be honest with you, he changed as an infamous flamboyant wrestler who wore pink clothing and garnished makeup, adopting the adorable Adrian Adonis. He'll be in a big feud with Roddy Piper, which culminated in a her versus her match at WrestleMania 3. But he had fired in the mid-1980s. With mid-1987, he had a brief return in AWA and make a small appearance in small promotions until his death in a car accident in 1988. He was 34 years old. You know, his episode was on the dark side of the ring. They say he was like an asshole, a bully, and stuff like that. And I think a lot of guys didn't like him, like the Tony Antleys, the Dan Spivey. They said Dan Spivey of the Skyscrapers gave him that 2-piece and a biscuit. But with that being said, y'all, let's get into it. Early wrestling career, 1974 to 1979. Frankie trained under Frank Atkins and debuted in 1974, wrestling under the name Keith Franks. In the late 1970s, he adopted his ring name Adrian Adonis, a character of a brooding leather jacket claw biker. In the North Pacific Northwest Wrestling, Adonis formed a tag team with Roddy Piper. He later split from Piper and became a fan favorite, teaming with Ron Starr to win the NWA Pacific Northwest Tag Team Championship from Piper and Killer Brooks before losing the title to the Kiwi Shepherders. Okay, so here we go. 1979 to 1982. In the late 1970s, Adonis joined the Minnesota-based wrestler American Wrestling. In 1979, he formed a tag team with Jesse Ventura. The team was called the East-West Connection because Adonis was from New York, while Ventura was billed from California. But we know Jesse Ventura from Minnesota. But you get me going. The East-West Connection was awarded the AWA World Tag Team Championships on July 20th, 1980, when Bonnier, one half of the tag champions with Moondog Bashan was unable to defend it because he was vacationing in Europe. They held the belts until June 14, 1981, when they were defeated by Greg Gagne and Jim Barzell. So here we go. World Wrestling Federation, East West Connection, 1981 to 1983. Adonis and Ventura debuted in the World Wrestling Federation in October 1981. Working both as a team and having solo runs. Adonis frequently challenger of the WWF World Heavyweight Championship versus Bob Backlund, and plus he challenged the Intercontinental Championship. Both long run champions too at the time. Cause Bob Backlund was a long run WWE champion in history, and Pedro Morales had a long run WWE title and Intercontinental title. I think I did an episode on it. Y'all go check that out. I forgot what number it was, but it's called the greatest of all time. Throughout the first half of he challenged Bob Backlund and Intercontinental champion Pedro Morales throughout the first half of 1982. Then, of course, the North-South Connection, 1983-1985. When injuries caused Ventura to stop wrestling regularly, Adonis formed a tag team with Texan Dick Murdoch, which is Trevor Murdoch. I don't know if that's his father or his granddad. Y'all let me know in the comments. Called the North-South Connection. The team debuted in late 1983. Around this time, Adonis, who had previously been a muscular, stocky, well-conditioned wrestler, gained a lot of weight, basically. So on April 17, 1984, the North-South Connection defeated Tony Atlas and Rocky Johnson to win the WWF World Tag Team Championship. They held the belts until January 21st, 1985, when they were defeated by defeated by Hall of Famers Barry Windham and RS Mike Rotunda, Bray Wyatt father. The team split up shortly after that. Then, of course, 1985, 1987. So, in late 1985, briefly managed by Robert the Brain Heaton, adopting the DDT as a finisher. Adonis' gimmick began to change. First, Jimmy Hart became his manager, and Hart traded King Kong Bundy to Heaton in exchange for Adonis and the missing link. With Hart in his corner, Adonis defeated Corporal Kimcher to advance in the the Wrestling Classic pay-per-view tournament in November. Then he lost to the Dynamite Kid in the quarterfinals. After taking Heaton as his manager in July 1985, Adonis started carrying a briefcase. Eventually, the briefcase had the phrase "Relax with Trudy" on it. Okay. In September 1985, Hart will become his manager, and he will eventually carry a spray called Fragrance. During the episode of Piper Pits, which aired in January 1986, Adrian gave his signature leather jacket away to host Roddy Piper, who wore it for years afterwards. Adonis then adopted the gimmick of the effeminate, adorable Adrian Adonis, bleaching his hair blonde and wearing a pink ring attire, as well as scarves and leg warmers and dresses, hats, and clownish amounts of eye, and shadow and robes. See what I'm saying? Like he was kind of ahead of his time, because we had an all-time high with people wearing dresses, where you got John Cena, trash. Kevin Hart, trash. I'm sorry, I love white chicks, but Marlon Wayans wearing a dress? Hell no, that ain't it. I think it says that in the Bible. I forgot the name of the verse. I might put it on here. That men shouldn't wear women clothing, and women shouldn't wear men clothing. I'm just saying. Just being real, you know what I'm saying? Like, but you gotta do what you gotta do to get a buck. I ain't mad at you, but if I gotta do that to get money, hell no. That ain't it. I don't want it. I can't sell my soul, okay? So at this time, his weight for the balloon. He peaked over 350 pounds. He also ceased his prior weightlifting regime, stopped tanning, and removing all of his body hair. This result made him appear pale, soft, and they said he was a tough dude. You know what I'm saying? You gotta do all that to get on, man. I don't want this. And flabby, despite the fact he retained But they say he was still athletic. He was still athletic, athleticism and agility in the ring. He defeated Uncle Elmer in quick fashion at WrestleMania 2. Then he feuded extensively with the Junkyard Dog and George Animal Steel, while he was unsuccessfully challenging Hulk Hogan for the World Wrestling Federation Championship on multiple occasions. But in May 1986, during Piper's 5-month hiatus from the WWF, Adonis with Hart debuted his own talk segment, The Flower Shop. These segments were the primary backup for Paul Orndorff's slow-building heel turn against his friend Hulk Hogan, with Adonis resentfully needling Orndorff about living in Hulk Hogan's shadow. In August, shortly before Piper returned, Adonis obtained the services of Piper's homeboy. He attained the services of cowboy Bob Orton, who took wearing a pink cowboy hat. A feud with Piper heated up with Adonis, Orton, and Don Morocco attacked him during a duel between the talk segments, injuring his leg and covering him in lipstick, and damaging the Piper pit set. A week later, Piper destroyed the set of the Flower Shop with a baseball bat. It was never rebuilt. On October 4th, Saturday Night Main Event, Piper struck Adonis with a crutch, resulting in a 2-month absence from TV with allegedly separate shoulder. Damn, Piper wasn't playing. I forgot that promo. He might going crazy with the crutches though. In reality, Adonis was fired but quickly rehired when Piper house show matches versus Don Morocco and Bob Orton Jr. didn't draw. After returning in November to attack Piper on the pit, the two agreed to a her versus her match at WrestleMania 3, which Piper won the belt with the help of Brutus Beefcake, who cut off majority of Adrian Adonis' hair. Adrian then began a feud with Beefcake, but was fired in May 1987 for what he claimed were dress code violations. Then, of course, he made a brief return in 1987-1988 in American wrestling. Frankie, now with a shaved head, left the WWF shortly after WrestleMania 3. He returned to the AWA, where he managed by Paul E. Dangerously during the 1987. He maintained his adorable Adrian Adonis gimmick feuding with Tommy Rich, but lost the final match of the AWA television championship tournament to Greg Gagne in December 1987. Where there he lost 100 pounds, hoped to return to the WWE. Then, of course, 1988, New Japan Wrestling. With his ankle fully recovered, Frankie wrestled a tour for New Japan throughout May and June of 1988. During the tour, he would not use his North America adorable gimmick. He teamed up with Owen Hart and DJ Patterson on June 23rd. He and Dick Murdoch unsuccessfully challenged for Ricky Chosu and Mato Sasu for the IWGP Tag Team Championships. On June 26th, teaming up with Morocco against King Komoro and Yashu, whatever his name is, ended in a draw. Then, like I said just a while ago, with the hopes of rejoining the WWF, having to lose weight, he worked for Dave McKinney and newfoundly wrestled against Hartford Love on July 14, 1988. And loser, Founderland, Frankie was in the main event with fellow wrestlers Twin William Mike Kelly, Arco, Victor Pat Kelly, Arco, and Dave McKenzie. Frankie, McKenzie, and Victor Arco was killed when Frankie Arco, allegedly blinded by the sun, swerved to avoid hitting Moose, causing the van to fall from a bridge into a creek below. Frankie suffered several head injuries and died a few hours later. William Arco was the sole survivor and sustained several leg injuries. Keith was survived by his wife and 2 daughters, and he was buried at Grand Lawn Memorial Park in Bakersfield, California. It seemed like he had a nice career. He accomplished a lot. Gained a couple of championships. Gained some bad rewards, where he was most embarrassing wrestler in 1986, most improved wrestler in 1981, most underrated wrestler in 1982, and worst gimmick 1986 and 1987. See, wasn't nobody want that soft, weird stuff back then. But now they just made it normal where, you got the bright color crew, they doing their thing, you heard me? I ain't mad at them. It's between them and the Lord. Then, like I said, you got celebrities wearing dresses like the Kevin Hart, the Marlon Wayans. And I think back then, Flip Wilson was wearing dresses and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? But like they said in the Bible, in the verse, right here again, men ain't supposed to wear women clothing, and women ain't supposed to wear men clothing. I'm sorry, I didn't write the book. I'm not the maker. I'm not the jury. If you got a problem with him, take it with him, not me. I'm just trying to repeat what the man said. But with that being said, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm out. Peace.